Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm, we're going to be playing Nazeebo in our A through Z playthrough, and we're on Towers of Doom again. Oh my god. This is a YouTube video, so feel free to like, comment, subscribe your heart out. The team comps today are going to be Murky, Gazlo, Nazeebo, Ariel, Tracer, versus Vala, Brightwing, Junkrat, Urel, and Lunara. So the other team is definitely going to have an easier time than we are staying alive. So and this game is a specific reason that I will probably keep chat turned off, even though the Anduin game was so nice and full of heartwarming comments and my big fat stupid face was in the way of all of them. This game was a toxic shit fest because my Gazlo and my Murky did nothing but talk shit the entire game. So thank God for the patience of my Ariel and my Tracer player, but this was a little bit rough. It's definitely a little bit rough on the communication side, so it's off. We're going to ignore it. We're going to talk about Nazeebo. And if you are not aware, this character is really, really bad. Yeah. I mean, even in quick match standards, Nazeebo has dropped off considerably. And I really hope that we get some updates to his kit very soon, because he sorely needs it. But your abilities with Nazeebo, your Q is called Corpse Spiders. It's just a jar of spiders that you're going to throw at a target. If you hit a target with the jar, a bunch of spiders spawn and they chase down the target that you've hit. The downside to this is that the jar takes 400,000 years to land. The missile speed is probably the slowest shit in the entire game, and I have no idea why. It's just agonizing how long it takes between the time that you click Q wherever you're aiming and then the amount of time it takes for the jar to get there. So if you're playing Nazeebo, if this is your character, if this is the one that you love, really get used to the fact that that jar requires a lot of lead time, and you have to be very patient in aiming it. It is crazy bad. But it does the most damage in Nazeebo's kit, apart from the zombie wall. So we're actually going to be building into the zombie wall today, which is our W. Zombie wall is going to have a 1-second delay on a ring of zombies that pop up out of the ground. Once they pop up, they can be killed, but it does take a little bit of time to knock those fuckers down, and they body block whoever is inside the wall to remain inside it. So all the time those zombies are slapping away at the person in the zombie wall, doing a bunch of damage, which is real good. It is actually really good wave clear as well, but the mana cost is really significant, coming in at 70 mana for a zombie wall, while Plague of Toads is 30 and Corpse Spiders is only 50. So you definitely have to be aware of what you're doing. You have to be intentional about the zombie wall. You either have to be clearing a wave with it, you have to be holding a choke point with it, you have to be following up on CC with it. It's very hard to land, so you can't just kind of throw them out willy-nilly and hope that things happen, because the mana cost is enormous, the wind-up is enormous, and if you miss it, it's just fucked. It's just completely fucked. Like that. Lunara just walked directly through it, but at least we're killing some minions as well. Your E button has 2 charges, and it is the Plague of Toads. I do not have my tap up yet, so my tiny little mana bar is really just not going to get me anywhere. But Plague of Toads throws 3 toads out in a cone, and those little toads are going to hop. They're going to hop until they hit something or the end of the line, and they're going to explode, dealing poison damage to whatever they hit. Now, you can kind of shotgun a couple toads into people that are really close, so you can hit all 3 toads on one guy and stack the damage, which is really helpful. Or you can throw them into bushes, you can bounce them off of walls, you can control space with them fairly well, and they do get ignored fairly well as well, but at the end of the day, they're probably the least consistent damage of your entire kit, and that is including zombie wall. they're just really hard to get damage with, unless you're building toads, in which case you can fire so many toads that it doesn't matter. But all that being said, still hit or miss. Still definitely hit or miss. And then your trait of Voodoo Ritual is a questing talent that's going to be permanent. So Voodoo Ritual is going to give you, passively, you're going to do poison damage to minions, mercenaries, and monsters. If those things die while under, well, if minions die under the effects of your trait, you're going to stack up a, it's health and mana. You get 6 health and 1 additional mana for every minion that dies while under the effects of your trait. And then if you hit level 20 with 175 stacks, you can pick up Vile Infection, and you can do ridiculous amounts of damage to heroes with your trait as well. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it right now for you. We're not going to pick Vile Infection. It just isn't going to happen. I found something better to do with my abilities, and we're going to lean into that. Now, the mana and health that you get, though, it does certainly make Nazeebo very tanky. It gives him a lot of mana. That Lunara just got exploded, and now Brightwind taking some damage as well. Really good stuff from the Tracer with the Pulse Bomb there. Catching my zombie wall target nice and easy. Only 1 shrine up right now. I don't want these minions pushing super hard, so we're just going to give them something else to hit with the zombie wall. Minions do attack the zombie wall minions before they will attack anything else. Those minions consider your zombie wall other minions, so that's how they prioritize them, which is fantastic. Just really good. Just another of the many uses for zombie wall. Just going to try to apply my trait to as many people as we can, get ourselves some mana back. Can we kill the Junkrat? Doesn't look like it, but he did take a lot of damage. A heck of a lot of damage, to be sure. And then the ultimate that we picked up is going to be the Gargantuan. The reason I picked a Gargantuan is because on this map specifically, Gargantuan is going to be really good at just siege and push. He's also extremely good at holding points, so the shrine objectives are going to be insanely easy to stall for us with the Gargantuan, because no one ever tries to kill the damn thing, and it can live for obscene amounts of time. Especially at level 20, when we get our Humongoid, it's just going to live forever on the shortest fucking cooldown in existence, and it's going to be real good, I promise. So, yeah. We're going to use Zombie Wall, we're going to use Gargantuan, we're going to have lots of fun with summons, even though I hate summons and the way that they interact with this game. It does give you this ability to just AFK siege into the buildings. So all that out of the way, we've got 100 stacks in our level 1 quest, so we can now talk about the build. We've got Thing of the Deep at level 1. This is going to increase the range of Nazeebo's basic abilities by 20%, and then the number of minions that you kill with the with your trait are going to increase your spell power. So once you kill 50, you get 5% extra spell power. Once you kill 100, you get another 5% spell power. So you get 10% additional spell power once you kill 100 minions with your trait. Seems like kind of a small amount. It used to be 20%, which was incredible. But now it's kind of just like, it's still okay. The range increase is still insanely good. I can't really walk near the Urel. Until she gets stunned and caught in the zombie wall, my Gargantuan is just punching the shit out of her. But now it looks like Gazlow's gonna die. Ariel is resurrecting, so can we try to help her live with a well-placed zombie wall? There it is. Blocking her a little bit, she's just gonna run her happy ass out of there. And Urel is going to take some damage for her troubles trying to come in under our towers. Murky just AFK pushing in the top lane because this is what normal Murky players do for some fucking reason. But whatever, you know, we'll give them the objective. We'll take a top fort that they'll take back very soon. And we'll just deal with it, I guess. Ugh. Sorry. Again, this was a really just hella toxic game, and I think these players deserve to get called out for doing stupid shit. So, anyway, back to what we were doing. Your talent builds past level 1. Level 4 is all about sustaining talents. Just gonna block that hammer real quick with the ice block. But the level 4 talents are all about sustaining you for different parts of the game. So Hex Crawlers is 100% going to take care of you throughout the entire phase of the game, while Big Voodoo Ritual kind of depends on you hitting more stacks. Towards the end of the game is where it really comes online. And then Blood Ritual is more just kind of an early game when you're doing a lot of laning, getting a lot of health and mana back from, you know, stacking your shit. But the good news is Hex Crawlers, because of the way that the spiders work and the amount of percentage that you get back for both your health and your mana, it's definitely the most consistent, assuming that you're hitting people with your Q. So that easy Q slap on the Junkrat there, gonna give us plenty of mana and health back. It's 1% per attack from the spiders, I believe. Yes, and they attack a lot. So there's 3 spiders. I think each of them attack like at least 4 times during their lifespan. And so what does that equate to? That is 3 spiders. If they're all hitting a single hero, 4%, 12% of your maximum health and mana back. That's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. It could be more. I don't think it's less. Yeah, we're just watching the numbers tick up right now, and that was pretty good. That was pretty good, it felt like. Enemy team gets the channel on the objective. Urel misses her hammer entirely, but I'm still not going to be able to finish the channel because I got spooked and now need to run, and Tracer's going to die, unfortunately, because nobody could just zone the enemy back for me. So, it's okay. We'll let that go. I got to go get some mana anyway. I'm not worried about it. We're verging on 16 here.
Oppose the Raven Lord and suffer.
Sorry, getting distracted by how discouraging this game was. Anyway, your level 7 talent is going to be the first talent that we take that really builds into our zombie wall. So Dead Rush is going to let your zombie wall deal 100% more damage, and then when it expires, 5 of the zombies are going to uproot, and they are going to run and chase people like so, doing damage for another 3 seconds. So they can still be killed, but they still apply your trait, and they're still dealing that 100% extra damage. So Zombie Wall can actually zombie slap for ridiculous amounts of damage. And considering that you will use this a lot on buildings and stationary targets, it is crazy good for just siege potential, holding points, holding chokes, and keeping people very, very much away. Not only that, but the zombies, while they are a wall or uprooted, block skill shots. So if you're playing into something like a Li Ming, or you're playing into something that has a lot of just really telegraphed skill shots, you can block a lot of that stuff very well by, you know, a well-placed zombie wall. Yeah. But that's the first talent that we need. The level 13 talent that we're going to be picking up is Ice Block, obviously. This is the only talent that you can take at this tier. The other talents suck. Just 100% suck. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think Guardian Toads is good, even if you're building Toads. And I don't think Superstition is any good, because how often are you going to be in a game where there isn't someone there to auto-attack you and remove all of that spell armor? It's just...
Capture the altars quickly, heroes.
It's like they thought some counterplay in the talent would be really cool, and then they forgot that it's not really counterplay if everyone's just going to slap you in the face with an auto attack anyway. So always take Ice Block. That's just lesson number 100 importance for Nazeebo. It's the best. We're going to go ahead and lock her in the zombie wall, see if we can get some damage on her. Even though she's got that sacred ground going, we're totally fucked because the rest of the team showed up here trying to block some of the poison damage, go the other way, distracting the enemy team. Got to put down a Gargantuan as well, because this big boy should be able to stall the objective for just a little bit. They finally killed it. They focused the Gargantuan, and Murky's going to run in and die after everything too, so whatever. It was at this point that I think it was Gazlo, started talking shit in the chat again. And I'm so glad it's off, because I don't want to deal with that memory, because Gazlo and Murky, again, played like garbage. So, feels good, man. Feels good. Feels nice and quick match. Enemy team taking down the boss. Looks like they are going to take back the momentum for sure. We're going to try to get ourselves the bottom fort. Between the Murky and the Tracer, it's going to take an extremely long time while Gazlo continues to soak. Now, the 16 talent is the second talent that you need for the zombie wall build, but it's called Ring of Poison. Ring of Poison is going to make the zombie wall last an additional second, and it's going to be filled with poison that deals a total of 672 damage at level 19 over 4 seconds. It does ramp up for sure, but the amount of damage that you're doing inside the wall, coupled with all the damage that the wall is doing itself, means that you're doing stupid amounts of damage to buildings, and then potentially just insane amounts of damage to heroes that get trapped in there as well. So ultimately, Nazeebo can kill things really, really, really fast, as long as they're not moving very quick, which is another reason this character is really bad. The amount of like wind up and understanding that you need to land your abilities adequately is just oof. It takes some doing for sure. Now the Ring of Poison itself, though, I mean, it's certainly, you can see the damage, but you also have to try really hard to get it going. Yrel is down in the bottom side of the map for some reason, trying to take back a building, while her team just gets absolutely shredded. And we're just going to casually dodge that rocket ride and take a shrine. So we've already got 5 towers. We're about to get number 6 because Yrel thinks that she's fast at taking buildings, while our whole team is just built for destroying these fuckers. If we had a Robo Goblin on top of this, I mean, the building would be dead already, but Gravel Bomb is fine. It is working. So we're going to get a couple super easy shots while Yrel finally takes back the bottom fort. We can run down there, get some siege camps going into it as well to reset the pressure on the bottom lane too. And then once that's all done, the shrines on the bottom side of the map should be much more difficult for the enemy team to take. Now, 20 is the real fun part of this build. Humongoid is going to reduce Gargantuan's cooldown by 40 seconds and its mana cost by 50%. The mana cost is fine, whatever, like, who cares? But the cooldown reduction, the 40-second cooldown reduction, is crazy good. Especially with the amount of time that the Gargantuan gets ignored half the time in these games. The duration he's alive still goes into the reduction of his cooldown. So we have now got a 30-second Gargantuan, and he's going to be alive for, what is it, 20 seconds? 20 seconds, yes. So basically, he's on a 10-second cooldown, assuming that he lives the full duration, while he's just ground pounding, slapping people around that entire time. And this talent is so ridiculously undervalued because it's so simple and so easy to ignore, but everybody picks Vile Infection when they have like 110 or 16 or just 80 stacks, and you're like, I'll get it, I don't need the Humongoid. And that is such a stupid way to play this character. I promise you, if you pick the ultimate upgrades, you're still going to be doing plenty of damage, and you'll actually have a 20 talent. So you're going to see it here. I've got Gargantuan up in 2 seconds. The enemy team is fighting over this shrine. We can just pop him over the wall. He's going to run at the enemy team, just absolutely getting all up in there. Grill piece. Landing the zombie wall. Nope, we are not going to land the zombie wall. They didn't even uproot because they all died. Our gargantuan is still going though, and we've only got 10 more seconds before he's back up again. Plenty of time for us to throw some zombies, some toads, some spiders to stall this out even more until he's back. 1 second to go, and there he is. Just gonna pop him right down in the middle. He's going to, ooh, the big whip from Ariel, knocking Yrel out of her holy ground. Look at him. He's just, you guys aren't coming over here. Nope. I'm just gonna give him another backhand real quick. He's on a 15-second cooldown. I just gotta tap real quick. Hopefully my team can get in there and stall it out. We're not gonna tap? Okay, we're gonna go full back. Nope. We need to tap. Yeah, we definitely need to tap because my team is hard running it in right now. And we need to be there with the refreshed gargantuan, the third one, mind you, of this objective fight. He's still just going ham. He's caught in the zombie wall right now because I'm not even paying attention to that, but we've got another stomp. I'm not even looking at him right now. I'm just mashing the R button to hopefully get him to slap some people. We're on 12 seconds before we can get another one back. I think, is the enemy team actually going to get it? They are. But because we've got all these fucking buildings, they only got 2 shots out of that. So if my team had decided to play that just a little bit better, that would have been super easy. Turns out it's also really easy for us to take the boss, but if the enemy team runs up on us like they are doing, we don't really have any way to stop them from taking it from us. Because they have all the displacement, they have all the tankiness, and the damage. And we're all really tiny health bars, so Murky's just going to use his stupid infinite channel Murlocs on the point because that seems like a relevant talent. My god, man. Hopefully anybody watching this video will have watched the Murky video from yesterday, and you can kind of put together why that's a dumb shit talent. It's so bad. It is so bad. Not only does it require a massive channel, it's taking, what is it? Fucking, it's a 110-second cooldown. Like, no thank you. God, it's trash. Especially when there's Octograb. You Octograb the Vala, or the Brightwing, or the Junkrat, or the Lunara. That's 4 insanely squishy motherfuckers on the enemy team, and they are dead. They get zombie walled, they get gargantuan. I'm on a rant. We're not paying attention to the rest of the game. My apologies. We're fighting over this camp. Looks like we got it somehow. Pretty amazing there. But, yeah. Murky dies. Is Tracer going to get away? Tracer is going to, in fact, leave. Hopefully Ariel doesn't die. That's plenty of healing. Plenty of healing. The enemy team has also equalized the towers, so now we can go fight for this bottom. We do have the gargantuan up yet again, so we can just throw him out. The enemy team going to try to focus him down. Not sure where my team is at right now. Not at all. I keep putting the zombie wall around my gargantuan, and it is kind of protecting him. The enemy team really can't go in on him when we're doing that. Vala getting dragged in by the gravel bomb, but only Vala, while Yrel just runs at us with the hollowed ground. Oop, just casually dodging the rocket wide with the ice block because it's the best talent at the tier. Looks like we're going to lose Murky. There goes Brightwing. And then Yrel is getting chased down by some spiders. She can't move outside of that circle if she wants to keep it. She's going to keep hopping to try to keep it going. Spiders are going to kill Vala. You're welcome, team. And my gargantuan is still popping off in the chokes. I just love the Humongoid. It is so good. So good. Stop picking viral infection. Make your life better with Humongoid. Brought to you by Nazeebo. What a rough game. Just a really, I mean, I deserve it. I do. Let's just take a step back and congratulate me for putting up with all that garbage. Also to Tracer and Ariel for putting, you guys didn't get to see all the toxicity, but I promise you it was there. Even finishing the game with 191 stacks, getting all the votes from the people on my team and the enemy team who knew what the fuck is up. But the Thing of the Deep is going to be your 1 talent, Hex Crawlers at 4, Dead Rush at 7, Gargantuan at 10, Ice Block at 13, Ring of Poison at 16, and then Humungoid at 20. It doesn't look like you're doing a lot when you play Nazeebo. I promise you it's never going to, because all of his damage is so over time, and it's all kind of pet-based, which is sad, but it is there. He does do stupid amounts of damage, as you can tell. The only person to beat us is Lunara, and that's only by 2,000, so... Hopefully this character gets some buffs soon, because I think he is definitely in the market for them, for sure. So I need some Nazeebo buffs, I need some Nova buffs, I need some Butcher buffs. That's right. That's at least 3 characters, I feel like. That's plenty of rework possibility for everybody, but yeah. Anyway, all that being said, Nova's next, so we're gonna finish off the meme corridor of the A through Z playthrough, and then we'll play Orphea to wrap the week up. 0 and 6. You're gonna talk shit after 0 and 6. It's fine. It's fine. I need to stop worrying about that kind of stuff. Don't let it get to me. It's okay. We played fine. We won the game. I'll see you guys next time.